Your cat doesn't need a house to feel at home. For some cats, home isn't a place, it's a person. Studies show that cats form strong attachment bonds, and when they do, they often choose one human as their emotional anchor. But not every cat bonds that deeply. So how can you tell if yours does? Here are 5 signs your cat truly sees you as home, starting with how they act when everything else around them changes. Sign 1. Nesting behaviors on or around you. We need to talk about nesting. I'm also going to talk about a special elevation of nesting that means your cat really adores you. But first, let's get the basics out of the way. Nesting is when your cat does that overwhelmingly adorable thing where they look like they're gently massaging the ground, pawing at it before walking around in circles for a moment or two, then finally settle down in the exact spot they've been massaging and circling. To us, it might seem like a strange little ritual, but for cats, it's instinct. A behavior wired into them long before they ever knew what a bed was. But like a lot of our cats' quirkiest habits, there's actually a lot of logic to it. Well, some. Out in the big, wide world, cats do this circling and pawing routine to prepare a sleeping spot. When they stomp on the ground like that, they're flattening the grass so it's nice and ready to sleep on. Then when they circle around like a broken toy car stuck in a loop, they're scouting the area for danger before they settle down for a nice snooze on their freshly flattened grass. Those instincts are still in your cat. So even though there is no grass to flatten, nor any dangers to find, they might still do the whole rigmarole because it is what they have always done. Now, I hinted that there's an elevated version of nesting some cats might do. You might have noticed your cuddly little champion grabbing an unwashed sock of yours, maybe even a t-shirt, and bringing it to their nesting spot with them. That's because those items smell of you, and we all know how driven by smell cats can be. So if they're looking for the most comfortable nap time possible, why not make it extra cozy by enveloping themselves in the smell of their favorite person? What is a safe space to sleep if not a home? I mean, your bed is in your home, or at least I assume so. So if your cat is nesting near you, or even on you, that's a sign they see you as home. That is so loud and proud, it might as well be skywriting. But cats aren't just all about enjoying your smell, but hoping you will enjoy theirs. As gross as this will sound, love is a two-way street of body odor. Sign number 2, face rubbing when you return. Let's say you've had a long day. You step through the door, and before you've had a chance to kick off your shoes, put down your keys, and hang up your sword, your cat initiates what I like to call battering ram mode. They begin furiously headbutting you, rubbing their cheeks against you like your hands are a razor, and they're trying to shave. They're not just doing this because they're happy to see you, though, of course, they are. They're doing this because this is an example of what experts in all things cat like to call reclaiming behavior. As I teed up during the seg into this section, like an utter pro, your cat wants to give you their musk. And given how fit to burst with scent glands their cheeks are, there's no better way to coach you with their scent than to rub you with their cheeks. Well, there is, but it's disgusting, so let's not go there. They're using their cheeks to mark you as one of the colony. In fact, in the wild, gangs of cats, I don't think the word gang is the correct collective noun, but I'm running with it, will routinely rub their faces together in order to create a group scent. Sort of like having a team name for all your mates at the pub quiz, but it's a team smell. It bonds them together, establishing a sense of this is us, this is home. When you've been, to your cat's mind, foolish enough to leave the house for a long time due to silly nonsense like having to work for a living, that scent you share with them may have faded. Perhaps you no longer smell enough of the team odor. Perhaps you've picked up some strange smells that have mingled in and polluted it. Maybe you've picked up unfamiliar smells, like someone else's cologne or the scent of a strange place. Your cat will pick up on that and think to themselves, well, okay, we have good news and we have bad news. Good news, the human is home. Bad news, their smell is all out of whack. Let's get them smelling of home again. If your cat wants you to smell of home, then you are home. Though, of course, there would be less of a chance of you losing the scent if they stuck by your side. Which leads us to our next point. Sign number 3, following you from room to room. Now, there's something I've mentioned a few times on this channel, and that's because it's a common part of day-to-day life as a cat butler. I mean a cat owner. No, wait, I did mean cat butler. And that's how some cats can have a habit of following you from room to room, like they either don't trust you to not hurt yourself wherever you are going and wish to protect you, or don't trust you to not hurt yourself wherever you are going and very much wish to see you hurt yourself and laugh. There are many ways to interpret this behavior, so it's worth revisiting with fresh eyes. And yes, I have another theory. Something feline behaviorists call territory patrolling. So again, to understand what I'm getting at with territory patrolling, we need to visit the wild. Don't worry, not literally. I'll take you there metaphorically, with the power of words. The wild is a dangerous place to be. That's one of the main reasons why it's called the wild, and not the safe. So, the cats who live there need to routinely check their surroundings for danger. Those instincts haven't gone away. They're still part of who your cat is, even in a cozy home. They will often patrol the home just to be 100% sure there's nothing going on they should be worried about. No predators loitering in any shadows or under any desks. As weird as this may sound, you are a piece of the home. Just a bit that can move and breathe. Where you go, home goes. Your cat may follow you around as they are keeping an eye on their home, and you are a part of it, so they need to follow you to keep an eye on you. Though another sign is less about going with you where you go, but more about returning to you when they deem it necessary. Sign number 4, using you as a base in new environments. Vacations are wonderful, right? It's a joy to take some time off work and venture somewhere new, possibly a new country or maybe somewhere closer to home, to explore and see what else is out there. But despite how joyful it can be to get away from everything, it's often a bit of relief to get home, because at the end of the day, or should that be at the end of the vacation, Dorothy was right, there's no place like home. If you have ever taken your cat to a new room or a friend's house, maybe your parents', you might have noticed the cat version of this sentiment. They explore a little, but keep returning to you in between, like little scouting missions. In new or stressful situations, and visiting someone else's home can be quite stressful. Cats who do not view their person as home will often just hide outright. They want to disappear. But if your cat is brave enough to explore a bit, but still return to you for reassurance, that says a great deal about how safe they feel with you. In fact, it means you are home-based. You are the home they feel great to return to after a brief vacation, even if they liked the vacation. There's a bit of a subcategory to this idea, something I like to call the all trust, no hide cat. Sign number 5, the all trust, no hide cat. Scary things happen. That's just life. And the worst thing is you never know when they are going to have boo. We all react differently to fear. We might hide. We might run. We might lash out in anger, or we might cry. Or in the case of Anakin Skywalker, his fear led to anger, that led to hate, and that led to suffering. For many cats, when frightened, their instinct is to bolt out of there, as fast as they can, hurling into a convenient little hidey hole. This is totally natural. But if something scary happens, like an onslaught of fireworks or a troubling election result, and your cat chooses to stay at your side, that's a big deal, because it means they trust you more than they trust their own hiding spot. You are their shield. If you're in a bad situation, your impulse is to get home, because home is safe. It's totally logical that wherever a cat goes when they want to feel safe, this is the place they see as their home. And if that spot is your lap, well then congratulations. Your legs are officially your cat's luxury condo. If your cat sees you as home, that bond is rare, and it deserves to last. But even small mistakes can quietly damage that trust. There's one in particular you'll want to avoid. It's in the next video.